Welcome to an extraordinary journey through the wild heart of Africa, a land where untamed nature and ancient cultures converge to create experiences that stir the soul. Today we'll explore the iconic regions of East and Southern Africa, from the sweeping savannas of the Serengeti to the pristine waterways of the Okavango Delta, and from gorilla-shrouded mountains to the thunder of Victoria Falls. This is more than a vacation. It's a life-defining adventure. Whether you're seeking close-up encounters with the Big Five, the thrill of the Great Migration, or a quiet sunrise over the African plains, we'll guide you through every essential element to craft your perfect safari experience. Africa invites you into a world of wonder, where every sunrise brings the call of the wild, and every sunset reflects the vast, untamed beauty of the land. In this presentation, we'll take you across the best safari destinations on the continent. You'll learn what makes East and Southern Africa so uniquely captivating, from the massive herds roaming the savanna to the elusive mountain gorillas hiding in emerald forests. We'll uncover the highlights of each country, compare regions and experiences, and provide practical advice on how to plan a seamless, multi-country itinerary. Our aim is to inspire, inform, and equip you with all the tools to transform your travel dreams into a reality. Africa is a continent of immense diversity, and nowhere is that more evident than in its eastern and southern regions. East Africa stirs the imagination with wide, golden plains, towering volcanic peaks, and ancient lakes teeming with life. It's the home of the Great Migration and the birthplace of humanity. Southern Africa, on the other hand, offers contrast and variety, from the arid beauty of the Namib Desert to lush, life-filled deltas, and from dramatic coastlines to cosmopolitan cities like Cape Town. Each region offers a distinct style of safari, shaped by the land, the wildlife, and the people who call it home. Understanding their unique attributes helps you create the journey that fits your passions and priorities. Let's journey through the key countries that make up the safari heartland of Africa. In East Africa, Kenya and Tanzania offer the quintessential savanna safari, a place where lions stalk the grasslands and wildebeest thunder across rivers in a dramatic life-and-death migration. Uganda and Rwanda invite you deeper into the forest, where you can come face-to-face with mountain gorillas and experience powerful cultural encounters. Moving south, South Africa serves as a microcosm of the continent, with wine country, coastal drives, and world-class wildlife in Kruger. Botswana brings unspoiled wilderness in the Okavango Delta and Chobe. Namibia amazes with otherworldly dunes and desert-adapted species. Zambia and Zimbabwe round out the experience with rich history, walking safaris, and the awe-inspiring Victoria Falls. Each destination offers something unforgettable, and together they paint a mosaic of the Africa you've always dreamed of. East Africa is where the soul of safari was born, a place of cinematic landscapes, rich biodiversity, and unforgettable human encounters. From the golden grasslands of the Masai Mara to the soaring peaks of Mount Kilimanjaro, this region holds the essence of wild Africa. In Kenya, you'll find the iconic Masai Mara, home to thundering herds and top predators, as well as the scenic wonders of Amboseli and the arid beauty of Samburu. Cross into Tanzania, and the Serengeti unfolds in endless horizons, a timeless stage for the Great Migration. The Ngorongoro crater, with its high walls and high wildlife density, offers one of the most spectacular single-day safari experiences on the continent. Meanwhile, Uganda and Rwanda shift the tone from vast to intimate, inviting you into lush forests for close-up encounters with mountain gorillas and chimpanzees. These countries also offer profound cultural experiences and a strong commitment to ecotourism. East Africa is not just a destination, it's a journey through nature, culture, and emotion, one that will leave you changed. Let's break down the 4 core safari countries of East Africa. Kenya is where it all began, with its legendary safari heritage, abundant wildlife, and variety of landscapes. It's the perfect introduction to Africa, balancing well-developed tourism infrastructure with authentic wildlife experiences. Tanzania is vast and untamed, offering the endless plains of the Serengeti, the wildlife-packed Ngorongoro crater, and the tropical beaches of Zanzibar, all within one country. Uganda offers raw, off-the-beaten-path adventure. This is the best place to track chimpanzees and see gorillas in the wild, while also experiencing lakes, waterfalls, and traditional communities. Rwanda is compact, safe, and deeply moving. Beyond its renowned Volcanoes National Park for gorilla trekking, it's a place of vibrant recovery, with powerful cultural sites and stunning mountain scenery. Together, these countries create a tapestry of ecosystems and experiences, making East Africa a region worth exploring in depth or in combination. Planning your journey starts with understanding the highlights of each country. In Kenya, the Masai Mara offers front-row seats to the Great Migration and thrilling predator action. Lake Nakuru draws thousands of flamingos and is a rhino conservation stronghold. Amboseli provides iconic views of elephants framed by Mount Kilimanjaro, while Samburu surprises with unique species in a more rugged landscape. Tanzania is home to the Serengeti's sprawling plains, the dramatic Ngorongoro crater, and Tarangire, famous for its ancient baobab trees and massive elephant herds. And off the coast lies Zanzibar, a tropical escape steeped in Swahili culture. In Uganda, Bwindi Impenetrable Forest is the crown jewel for gorilla tracking, while Queen Elizabeth National Park offers classic game viewing with tree-climbing lions. Murchison Falls combines river cruising with dramatic scenery, and in Rwanda, Volcanoes National Park is the place to meet mountain gorillas up close. Lake Kivu provides stunning scenery and a place to unwind, while Kigali offers moving cultural experiences, including the Genocide Memorial. Each destination offers something unique, and understanding these highlights helps you tailor your trip to your interests. One of East Africa's greatest advantages is how seamlessly you can combine countries into a single, breathtaking journey. Well-connected road networks and short regional flights make it easy to transition between ecosystems and experiences without sacrificing time or comfort. By combining Kenya and Tanzania, you can follow the natural arc of the Great Migration, moving with the herds and predators from the Serengeti to the Masai Mara. Adding Uganda or Rwanda brings a new dimension: primate trekking in lush highlands, giving you one of the most intimate wildlife experiences on the planet. You also get to sample contrasting cultures, from the Swahili coastlines to the Batwa forest communities, along with options to end your trip on the white sands of Zanzibar. Multi-country safaris are not only logistically efficient, but deeply rewarding. They allow you to experience East Africa's full range, from savanna to forest, from jeep to jungle trail, from lions to gorillas, all in one unforgettable itinerary. East Africa is one of the most wildlife-rich regions on Earth, a place where nature still follows ancient rhythms. You'll find the Big Five, lion, leopard, elephant, buffalo, and rhino, in major reserves across Kenya and Tanzania. But that's only the beginning. The Great Migration is perhaps the most spectacular wildlife event in the world. Over 1.5 million wildebeest and hundreds of thousands of zebras and gazelles moving in a giant clockwise circuit across the Serengeti and Masai Mara. Between July and October, they cross crocodile-filled rivers in Kenya. From December to March, they give birth in the southern Serengeti, drawing predators to the feast. But East Africa also excels in primate encounters, gorilla trekking in Uganda's Bwindi, or Rwanda's Volcanoes National Park, and chimpanzee tracking in Kibale or Tanzania's Gombe Stream. These moments, intimate and emotional, stay with you forever. And then there are the unique species, like the long-necked gerenuk and the striped Grevy's zebra in northern Kenya, or the tree-climbing lions of Uganda. Add to that a rainbow of birdlife and dramatic natural settings, and East Africa becomes more than a safari destination. It becomes a living, breathing wildlife documentary that unfolds before your eyes. East Africa isn't just about spotting animals, it's about meeting the icons of the wild face to face. Here, the Big Five aren't just names on a checklist, they're living legends. The lion, fierce and commanding, patrols the savannas of the Masai Mara and Serengeti. Leopards, sleek and elusive, rest in tree branches or stalk silently through the underbrush. Massive African elephants march across Amboseli's plains, often silhouetted against Kilimanjaro's snowy peak. Rhinos, both black and white, cling to survival in protected reserves like Lake Nakuru, and buffalo, formidable and social, gather near rivers in large herds, a force of nature in their own right. Beyond the Big Five, East Africa dazzles with diversity. You'll encounter cheetahs chasing prey in open grasslands, hyenas laughing through the night, and giraffes gently browsing the treetops. There are hippos wallowing in muddy shallows and warthogs trotting through the bush with tails held high. Every drive, every walk, every moment out in the field brings a new opportunity, not just to see but to understand, to witness the behavior, interaction, and survival of some of the world's most magnificent creatures. While the big mammals tend to steal the spotlight, East Africa's true richness is revealed in its quieter corners, especially through its birds and reptiles. The avian world here is dazzling. Over 1,000 bird species flutter through forests, soar over lakes, and perch in riverine woodlands. In Lake Nakuru and Lake Natron, you'll find clouds of flamingos painting the water pink. Eagles, hornbills, kingfishers, and bee-eaters all share the sky, while secretary birds stride the plains on long legs, hunting snakes with sharp precision. And don't overlook the drama in the water. Crocodiles lurk in rivers like the Mara and Grumeti, waiting patiently for their chance during migration crossings. Hippos dominate pools and channels, territorial and surprisingly fast when threatened. You may also spot Nile monitors slinking along the riverbanks and smaller lizards basking on sun-drenched rocks. East Africa's birds and reptiles add layers of texture to every safari. They enrich the experience with their color, behavior, and ecological importance, reminding us that the African wilderness is alive with more than just big game. It is a world of balance, and every species plays a role. Safari in East Africa is not one size fits all. It's a mosaic of experiences, each offering its own rhythm, challenge, and reward. Start with the classic game drive, the heartbeat of the safari. Early morning and late afternoon outings bring you face-to-face with wildlife when it's most active. You'll ride in open-sided or pop-top 4x4s, led by expert guides who read the bush like a book. Then there's primate trekking, one of the most profound wildlife encounters in the world. In Uganda and Rwanda, gorilla trekking takes you deep into montane forests, where you hike through mist and vines to spend one silent, magical hour with a gorilla family. Chimpanzee trekking is faster-paced, more vocal, and often hilariously animated. For cultural enrichment, visit Maasai villages in Kenya or Tanzania, meet the Batwa forest people in Uganda, or take part in a Rwandan cultural tour to understand the resilience and richness of local communities. Add-ons can elevate your journey even further. Imagine floating above the Serengeti in a hot air balloon, trekking Mount Kilimanjaro, or unwinding on the beaches of Zanzibar after days in the bush. Every traveler can shape their safari to match their style, whether it's immersive, luxurious, rugged, or all of the above. That's the beauty of East Africa. It offers not just wildlife, but a range of ways to engage with the land and its people. To give you a sense of what's possible, let's walk through a sample 12-day East African adventure. Begin in Nairobi, Kenya's lively capital. After settling in, visit the Giraffe Center or David Sheldrick Wildlife Trust for a gentle introduction to conservation. From there, head to the Maasai Mara for 3 nights. Here, game drives put you in the heart of predator-prey action, and a hot air balloon ride offers breathtaking views at sunrise. Next, cross into Tanzania and explore the Serengeti, following the migration or exploring quieter corners depending on the season. From there, descend into the Ngorongoro crater, a natural wildlife amphitheater that's home to everything from elephants to flamingos. Then, shift ecosystems entirely and fly to either Uganda's Bwindi or Rwanda's Volcanoes National Park for a bucket list gorilla trek, a soul-stirring finale to your land safari. For those seeking rest and beauty, a beach extension to Zanzibar is the perfect closing chapter. White sands, warm waters, spice tours, and Swahili culture await. This itinerary blends ecosystems, cultures, and encounters, offering not just variety, but depth. Of course, it's fully customizable, shorter, longer, more remote, or more relaxed. It's your adventure, your way. When it comes to East Africa, timing can shape your entire experience. Fortunately, the region is a year-round safari destination, but each season offers its own magic. The long dry season from June to October is peak safari time. This is when animals gather around water sources, vegetation thins, and wildlife sightings are spectacular. It also coincides with the dramatic river crossings of the Great Migration in the Maasai Mara. November brings the short rains, turning the landscape green and vibrant, a great time for photography and fewer crowds. From December to February, the short dry season is perfect for the Serengeti's calving season, when thousands of wildebeest give birth and predators are ever present. The long rains from March to May bring lush vegetation, but some areas may be muddy or less accessible. That said, this is a good time for travelers who enjoy solitude and stunning storm-lit skies. For gorilla trekking, dry seasons, June, August, and December, February, make hiking easier and photography clearer. But permits are limited, so booking early is essential. Ultimately, the best time depends on what you want to experience: migration drama, birthing seasons, forest treks, or peaceful green landscapes. With the right planning, East Africa delivers year-round rewards. Before setting off on your East African safari, it's important to prepare for the practical details. Unfortunately, the region is well developed for tourism, especially with the help of expert operators. Start with entry points: Nairobi in Kenya, Kilimanjaro/Arusha in Tanzania, Entebbe in Uganda, and Kigali in Rwanda all serve as major international gateways, with frequent regional connections by air and road. Multi-country safaris are supported by short bush flights or charter hops, allowing you to spend more time experiencing and less time transferring. For visas, consider the East Africa Tourist Visa, a convenient option covering Kenya, Uganda, and Rwanda with a single document. Tanzania requires a separate visa, often obtainable online or on arrival. Health precautions include required yellow fever vaccination certificates when arriving from certain countries, and malaria prevention is strongly recommended, especially if you're visiting lowland areas or near water sources. As for accommodation, East Africa offers incredible variety: permanent safari lodges, luxury tented camps with full amenities, and even mobile camps that move with the migration. Providing front-row seats to the action, packing should include neutral-colored clothing, layers for cool mornings, a light rain jacket, and essentials like binoculars, sunscreen, and a soft-sided duffel bag for light aircraft travel. Finally, remember that your tour operator handles most logistics, from border crossings to internal flights, luggage transfers, and even permit procurement. Your job is to show up and soak it all in. Southern Africa is a tapestry of landscapes and cultures, offering some of the most varied and rewarding safari experiences on the continent. South Africa is often the gateway, with easy access, modern infrastructure, and a compelling mix of wildlife, wine country, coastline, and culture. From Kruger National Park to Cape Town's Table Mountain, it's an ideal introduction to Africa. Botswana is the jewel of wilderness lovers, home to the pristine Okavango Delta, the elephant-rich Chobe National Park, and private concessions that offer exclusivity and serenity. Namibia delivers surreal scenery, think red sand dunes at Sossusvlei, the haunting Skeleton Coast, and desert-adapted wildlife thriving in the salt pans of Etosha. Zambia is the birthplace of the walking safari. Its wild parks, like South Luangwa and Lower Zambezi, offer intimate, immersive encounters with both wildlife and landscapes. Zimbabwe brings history and heritage into the mix, with excellent game viewing in Hwanga National Park, the ancient ruins of Great Zimbabwe, and of course, the thunderous spectacle of Victoria Falls, shared with neighboring Zambia. Each country offers a different flavor, a different rhythm, and together they form a Southern African journey filled with contrast, beauty, and depth. If East Africa is about drama and scale, Southern Africa is about diversity and surprise. Here, you can start your day in a silent Mokoro canoe gliding through the Okavango Delta, and end it sipping wine under the stars in South Africa's Cape Winelands. You can explore deserts that glow red at dawn, watch elephants cross rivers at sunset, and stand in awe at the edge of Victoria Falls, a natural wonder that defies description. Southern Africa is a region of sensory richness, where you'll encounter not just wildlife, but striking geological formations, deep-rooted cultures, and sophisticated cuisine. You'll move between vastly different landscapes, the verdant floodplains of Botswana, Namibia's Martian dunes, the green hills of Zambia, and the dramatic coastlines and mountains of South Africa. This region rewards the traveller who wants more than just game drives. It offers walking safaris, river adventures, and cultural exchanges. Whether you're an adventurer, a romantic, or a photographer, Southern Africa invites you to experience the wild in all its forms, from the sweeping to the subtle, from the ancient to the luxurious. Southern Africa is a region best explored through its signature locations, each one offering a new lens on the landscape, culture, and wildlife. In South Africa, you'll find Kruger National Park, one of the continent's top Big Five destinations, alongside urban gems like Cape Town with its iconic Table Mountain, vibrant food scene, and coastal drives. The garden route adds seaside charm, while the winelands offer world-class tastings and estate stays. Botswana is defined by water, the Okavango Delta, a seasonal wetland teeming with life. Chobe National Park, home to Africa's largest elephant populations, and the Moremi Game Reserve, one of Africa's best-kept safari secrets. Namibia impresses with its alien beauty. Climb the towering dunes of Sossusvlei, photograph the bleached trees of Dedvlei, and track desert lions in Etosha National Park. The haunting Skeleton Coast delivers remote adventure at its finest. Zimbabwe and Zambia share the power and mist of Victoria Falls, where you can cruise the Zambezi at sunset or feel the spray from the Knife Edge Bridge. Go on walking safaris in South Luangwa or paddle through the lower Zambezi. In Zimbabwe's Hwange National Park, expect large herds and excellent predator sightings. Each country has its own signature, its own reasons to linger. Combined, they offer an itinerary of endless inspiration. In Southern Africa, one country is never the whole story. The magic lies in the combination, the seamless weaving of ecosystems, cultures, and adventures into one unforgettable journey. Why stop at just Kruger when you can go from South Africa's savannas to Botswana's wetlands, or from Namibia's deserts to the thundering spectacle of Victoria Falls? These countries are well connected, with hubs like Johannesburg and Victoria Falls serving as efficient gateways. Short flights or scenic drives link one experience to the next, with no need to backtrack. Each destination offers its own specialty. Botswana gives you pristine wilderness, South Africa blends safari with urban culture, Namibia delivers surreal landscapes, Zambia excels in walking safaris, and Zimbabwe stuns with wildlife and heritage. By combining them, you multiply the depth and variety of your trip, adding new textures, flavors, and perspectives. And thanks to regional cooperation and streamlined logistics, crossing borders is easier than ever. Whether you're a first-timer seeking diversity or a returning traveler chasing new thrills, a multi-country safari through Southern Africa is the key to unlocking the region's full potential. Southern Africa's wildlife is as diverse as its terrain. From riverbanks to salt pans, desert dunes to delta islands, each environment tells a different story and supports a different cast of characters. The Big Five, lion, leopard, elephant, rhino, and buffalo, are all here, especially in protected areas like Kruger National Park, Hwange, and Etosha. But the magic of Southern Africa is in the variety beyond the famous five. In Botswana's Linyanti region, you might encounter the endangered African wild dog, a highly social and efficient pack hunter. In the Kalahari, curious meerkats pop up from their sandy homes and brown hyenas roam the night. Namibia is home to desert-adapted elephants, giraffes, and even lions, survivors of a harsh, beautiful ecosystem. And in the Okavango Delta, you'll see hippos wallowing in channels and crocodiles sliding off sandbanks as you glide past in a Mokoro. Every park and country offers its own twist on the wildlife experience, some emphasizing large herds and predators, others focused on rare species or intimate sightings. It's this rich mosaic of animals and habitats that makes Southern Africa so compelling. What sets Southern Africa apart is not just its wildlife, but the diversity of where and how you encounter it. In the Okavango Delta, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, water defines life. Elephants swim between islands, antelope leap through reeds, and birds call from every branch. It's an ecosystem that feels untouched, timeless. The Kruger region offers more traditional Big Five viewing, with thriving predator populations and a range of private reserves that allow off-road tracking and night drives. Here, leopards are a highlight, often seen draped across tree limbs in golden light. In Etosha, the white salt pan acts like a stage, attracting wildlife from miles around to its waterholes, where springbok, zebra, and oryx gather in shifting light and dust. South Luangwa in Zambia is famed for its walking safaris, where you follow tracks, study plants, and learn about the bush up close. It's also one of the best places to spot leopards and large herds of elephants. Each destination offers not just new species, but a different rhythm, scale, and intimacy with nature, creating a layered, dynamic safari experience that evolves with every stop. Southern Africa's wildlife story doesn't stop on dry land. Some of its most magical moments happen on the water and in the air. The region is rich in wetland ecosystems, especially the Okavango Delta, the Zambezi River, and the Chobe floodplains. Here, safari takes a slower, quieter form. Drift past pods of hippos in a dugout canoe, watch elephants cross a river with only their trunks visible, or spot crocodiles sunning on sandy banks. Bird life is exceptional, not just for specialists, but for anyone with a pair of binoculars. In these lush environments, you'll find kingfishers, African fish eagles, saddle-billed storks, and colorful bee-eaters. The Pell's fishing owl, one of Africa's rarest raptors, silently hunts in the delta's forests. In Etosha, dry season waterholes become magnets for both birds and animals, while in the Caprivi Strip, hundreds of migratory and resident species create a birder's paradise. Even in the most remote corners, nature reveals itself in flashes of color, in ripples on the water, in calls echoing through early morning light. This aquatic and avian dimension makes every Southern African safari richer, more textured, and more alive. In Southern Africa, the safari is more than a drive. It's a fully immersive journey through varied landscapes and sensory experiences. Game drives are the foundation, taking you deep into national parks and private reserves in open 4x4 vehicles. But that's just the beginning. You might venture into the bush on foot during a walking safari, a uniquely thrilling experience pioneered in Zambia, where guides teach you how to read tracks, watch wind direction, and notice the small wonders, insects, plants, and animal signs. Take to the water on a Makoro in the Okavango Delta, or a boat safari on the Chobe River, a serene way to see hippos, elephants, and birds up close without disturbing the rhythm of their day. In private concessions, enjoy night drives that reveal a hidden world of nocturnal creatures, porcupines, genets, owls, and perhaps a prowling leopard. And when the day ends, retreat to your luxury lodge or eco-camp, where you can dine under the stars, listen to distant roars, and reflect on the wild moments of your day. Every activity in Southern Africa, whether thrilling or tranquil, brings you closer to the land, its creatures, and its soul. Let's imagine a 12-day Southern African journey combining comfort, wildlife, and unforgettable settings. Start in Cape Town, one of the world's most scenic cities. Spend a few days exploring Table Mountain, the historic Robben Island, and the nearby winelands. Next, fly to a private reserve near Kruger National Park. Here, enjoy off-road game drives, sundowners in the bush, and 5-star safari lodges with incredible guiding and hospitality. From there, head north to Victoria Falls, one of the 7 natural wonders of the world. Take a guided walk along the falls, cruise the Zambezi River at sunset, or get adventurous with whitewater rafting. End your journey in Chobe National Park, Botswana, known for its riverfront game drives and massive elephant herds. Boat safaris offer an unforgettable perspective, with hippos, crocs and buffalo lining the shores. Alternate routes could include Namibia plus Botswana for remote wilderness lovers, or Zambia plus Zimbabwe for those seeking authentic, off-the-beaten-path encounters. This itinerary shows just how much is possible in less than 2 weeks, a curated flow of urban culture, epic nature, and diverse safari styles, all seamlessly connected. Southern Africa is a year-round destination, but each season offers different rewards depending on where you go and what you want to experience. The dry season, from May to October, is generally considered best for wildlife viewing. Animals concentrate around waterholes, grasses are low, and visibility is excellent. It's the prime time for safaris in Botswana, Zimbabwe, Zambia, and Kruger. The green season, from November to March, brings lush scenery, dramatic skies, and birthing season for many animals. While some roads may be muddy, this is a fantastic time for photography, birding, and value-conscious travelers, with fewer crowds and better rates. If you're visiting Cape Town, the best months are November through March, when the weather is warm and dry, perfect for exploring the coast, hiking, and wine tasting. In the Okavango Delta, water levels peak in the middle of the dry season, creating perfect Mokoro channels and stunning reflections. Each country has its own sweet spot, and shoulder seasons like April and November can offer a balance of value and game viewing. The key is to align your itinerary with the natural rhythm of the region, and with expert advice, every season can be spectacular. Let's start with the essential travel logistics for Southern Africa: visas and entry. For many travelers from countries like the US, EU, UK, and Canada, South Africa offers visa-free entry, making arrival simple and hassle-free. If you plan to visit Zimbabwe or Zambia, you can use the KAZAUNIVISA, which allows dual entry, especially convenient when exploring the Victoria Falls region. Meanwhile, Botswana and Namibia are often visa-free or provide visas on arrival, giving you flexibility and ease when crossing borders. Health and safety. When visiting safari zones, malaria precautions are highly recommended to keep your trip safe and healthy. You'll also benefit from clean water, well-developed infrastructure, and a robust tourism industry, ensuring your comfort throughout the journey. Transport. Traveling between major hubs like Cape Town, Johannesburg, Victoria Falls, and Maun is straightforward with daily flights. Both South Africa and Namibia boast efficient road networks for land travel. For more remote destinations, such as lodges in Botswana and Zambia, charter flights are available to reach those exclusive, off-the-beaten-path locations. What to pack? For your adventure, pack neutral-colored clothing to blend into the natural surroundings, along with a sun hat and binoculars to enhance your wildlife viewing. Good walking shoes are a must. Since temperatures can vary, layers will keep you comfortable through chilly mornings and warm afternoons. With these tips, you'll be well prepared for a smooth and enjoyable Southern African adventure. What makes us your ideal travel partner? Our deep expertise, trusted local partnerships, and commitment to sustainable tourism. Don't just take our word for it. Hear from travelers who've experienced the difference firsthand. Together, we create journeys that are authentic, responsible, and unforgettable. Now let's open the floor to your questions. Curious about the best timing to visit? Wondering how guerrilla trekking works? Or maybe the difference between reserves and parks and safety concerns? We're here to address all your travel curiosities and make sure you feel ready and excited. Ready to make your dream trip a reality? Take advantage of our exclusive discounts, multi-country travel deals, and round-the-clock support. These current promotions offer great reasons to act now and secure your spot on an unforgettable adventure. Booking your East or Southern Africa journey is simple. Start with a consultation to customize your experience, then secure your trip with a deposit. Throughout your planning, our dedicated support team is with you every step of the way. Excited to begin? Reach out to us today via phone, email, or online. We'll guide you through the next steps and help you craft the perfect itinerary. Your adventure is just a conversation away. Thank you for joining us. We invite you to embark on this extraordinary journey with us, filled with discovery, connection, and unforgettable moments. Let's make your travel dreams come true. Stay inspired and connected by following us on social media. Find daily updates, travel tips, and stunning stories from Southern Africa. Join our community and keep the adventure alive every day.